Today's broadcast begins with a wave of reports that are raising eyebrows, accelerating excitement, and forcing people across the country to ask one question: is this really happening? In the last several days, whispers from currency holders, sudden banking shifts, unusual security movements, and discrete appointment notifications have all merged into one powerful signal. The long-anticipated revaluation may finally be moving from rumor to reality. Whether you hold Iraqi dinar, Vietnamese dong, or have spent years quietly preparing for a global currency shift, the information emerging right now is unlike anything we've seen before. People from multiple U.S. cities are claiming early exchanges. Banks are restricting foreign currency sales, and private groups say their centers are warming up. In this report, we break down what's unfolding, why these moves matter, what signs are flashing across the financial system, and what you should be doing right now to avoid missing the moment you've waited years for. Stay with us until the end, because the final update may be the clearest sign yet that the RV wave has officially started. Across the United States, the conversation surrounding early exchanges has intensified dramatically. Currency holders from regions including Texas, Arizona, Florida, Nevada, Tennessee, Colorado, and Georgia say they have observed unusual banking behavior, increased security presence, and communication from private contacts who claim that selective redemption appointments are now underway. These individuals describe quiet, controlled, invitation-only processes that do not resemble typical bank exchanges. Instead, what's being reported matches the whispered procedures long associated with hidden tier redemption activity. People talk about discreet call-ins, verification centers not located inside traditional banks, and staff operating under strict confidentiality rules. While none of these claims can be publicly confirmed, the sheer volume of similar stories suggests something coordinated may be occurring behind the scenes. Banks limiting foreign currency purchases, sudden closures of currency exchange windows, former bankers warning friends to stay ready. All of these signs combine to create an environment many believe signals the earliest stages of the long-awaited RV movement. Whether the reports prove fully accurate or not, the growing pattern is impossible to ignore. One of the most discussed elements in this unfolding situation is the emergence of off-site exchange locations. People who claim to have participated in early exchanges describe being directed to secured buildings rather than public bank branches. These facilities are reported to have controlled entry, check-in screenings, document verification stations, and currency scanning equipment capable of identifying counterfeits. Some early exchangers mention biometric verification, including fingerprint or retinal scans. Others describe metal detectors, security escorts, and a calm but firm environment where the rules are clearly defined. While this might sound like something out of a high-security government facility, those who believe the RV is real say this is exactly how such a sensitive financial event would be handled. Confidentiality, order, and control would be necessary when dealing with large sums, global coordination, and a process that cannot be chaotic or exposed to public panic. These descriptions, repeated again and again, raise the possibility that a structured system may already be partially active, even if the general public remains unaware. Inside these alleged redemption centers, the early exchangers who claim to have been processed describe a surprisingly smooth and professional experience. According to their reports, the process begins with verifying identity through passports, driver's licenses, utility bills, or secondary documents. Once identity is confirmed, staff move to the currency evaluation step. Bills are laid out, organized by denomination, and fed through specialized scanners designed to authenticate serial numbers, ink patterns, watermarks, and print variations. Some say notes are photographed and logged into a digital ledger system, possibly connected to new blockchain-based financial tools. After verification, individuals report being escorted to a consultation room where they receive explanations about possible rates, structured payout options, and non-disclosure agreements. Many say the NDA is strict, detailed, and requires absolute silence. Breaking it may cancel the payout or lead to penalties. Participants then sign documents acknowledging the offered rate and often walk out with a deposit slip or contract showing what they will receive once funds are cleared. The environment described is quiet, controlled, and highly organized. Among the most explosive claims circulating right now are reports of multiple exchange rate tiers being offered to different types of holders. While the public market rate remains stable, early exchangers insist that inside private redemption settings, different rates may be accessible depending on category and eligibility. They mention a standard rate similar to market value, a private contract rate significantly higher, and a special humanitarian or sovereign rate designed for individuals presenting large-scale community or global improvement projects. These special rates are said to be tied to structured release schedules, requiring long-term planning, accountability, and verification. Whether these claims are completely accurate remains unknown, but the repeated nature of the stories has fueled massive online conversation. People want to know whether these rates are real, whether they are temporary, and whether the general currency holding public will ever have access to them. If the RV has begun in stages, it is possible that the broader public will experience a slower rollout. For now, the uncertainty is fueling anticipation across the entire community. The question most people ask is simple: if early exchanges are happening, why isn't the mainstream media reporting it? According to individuals promoting RV intelligence, the answer centers around confidentiality agreements. They claim that anyone entering these centers must sign an NDA preventing them from disclosing the location, the rates, or the details of the exchange process. These agreements reportedly cover online posting, phone conversations, emails, text messages, and even private discussions with friends or family. The reason given is to prevent chaos, financial disruption, and premature leaks during the initial phase. Some report that the NDA language mentions national security, economic stability, and digital asset integration. Whether or not these claims are fully accurate, the idea of strict confidentiality aligns with the type of process that would accompany a major global restructuring event. If a large currency shift truly were taking place, it would make sense that only controlled information would be allowed to circulate while the system stabilizes. In communities across the nation, stories from ordinary people claiming early redemptions have continued to spread. A man from Texas describes receiving a call instructing him to appear at a private appointment within 24 hours. A former military veteran in Florida reports exchanging multiple currencies and being offered structured payout options extending over years. Another person claims they were instructed to keep quiet and only share the experience with financial professionals assigned to them. These testimonies all follow similar patterns: unexpected calls, discreet instructions, NDAs, verification procedures, and life-changing rate offers. Whether real or the result of misunderstanding, the consistency has caused many longtime holders to take the situation far more seriously. People who once doubted the possibility of any movement now find themselves reconsidering as more and more accounts emerge. While none of these can be independently confirmed, they form part of an increasingly intense narrative developing across the foreign currency community. One of the strongest signals that something may be shifting is sudden activity inside the banking sector. Across several states, currency holders report that major banks have stopped selling foreign currencies abruptly. Others say their local branches have restricted foreign exchange hours or temporarily disabled certain services. Some claim that even bank employees have expressed confusion, saying they received instructions they cannot explain. In several areas, people report increased security presence at financial institutions at unusual times, including early mornings and after close of business. These signs may indicate nothing significant, or they could point to internal preparation for liquidity changes, rate updates, or controlled rollout phases. The supporters of the RV theory argue that banks would absolutely need time to adjust systems, prepare staff, and secure facilities before a massive shift in currency value. Whether these banking changes reflect normal internal policy or are connected to a broader event remains open to interpretation. A central part of this unfolding situation is the belief that the RV is tied to global financial restructuring. This includes the transition from debt-based systems to asset-backed frameworks, possibly linked to gold reserves, commodities, and new digital payment technologies. Supporters argue that several countries, including Iraq and Vietnam, have recently increased gold reserves, adjusted central bank policies, and announced economic reforms aligning with such transitions. They also point to international regulatory updates, stronger anti-fraud systems, and new digital identification tools as signals that global financial systems are preparing for something larger. While many economists dismiss these theories, RV followers believe these developments are evidence of a silent global pivot. They argue that currencies historically suppressed or undervalued may soon be adjusted to reflect their true economic potential under these new frameworks. Whether or not this is accurate, the belief continues to grow among those tracking international economic behavior. One of the biggest reasons people remain glued to RV updates is the economic situation in Iraq itself. Over the past year, Iraq has made multiple moves, suggesting it is working towards strengthening the dinar. Government announcements highlight greater financial stability, improving oil revenues, and growing international partnerships. Officials have discussed modernization of banking procedures, increased digital payment use, and more efficient cross-border financial flows. Some analysts believe these reforms are essential foundational steps required before any type of revaluation could occur. Currency followers argue that Iraq's central bank would not spend effort on modernization unless a new value system was in the works. Whether that conclusion is justified or not, the timing has fueled speculation. With Iraq's leadership speaking more confidently about economic independence and financial sovereignty, many believe the country is positioning itself for a major shift in currency valuation. Vietnam has also been under the spotlight as part of this unfolding situation. The Vietnamese dong has shown signs of strengthening, and Vietnam's central bank has taken several actions to stabilize currency supply, attract foreign investment, and maintain strong trade performance. Supporters of the RV concept argue that Vietnam's manufacturing growth, export strength, and relationship with global markets make the dong a strong candidate for eventual revaluation. While most economists believe the dong will only change gradually over time, RV followers point to recent policy adjustments as signs that Vietnam may be preparing for a broader shift coordinated with other nations. They also highlight Vietnam's involvement in international digital payment modernization and economic partnerships that align with a future global reset. Although mainstream financial analysis does not support the idea of sudden revaluation, the RV community believes Vietnam's economic momentum is undeniable and that hidden agreements may already be in place. A new layer of discussion has emerged around the role of digital asset security systems reportedly being implemented inside redemption centers. People claiming early experience speak of blockchain-based tracking, tamper-proof record logs, and devices capable of instant counterfeit detection. Some even mention that funds may be briefly held in digital ledger accounts before being released into traditional banking systems. These descriptions suggest that if private exchanges are occurring, they may be using advanced technologies designed to prevent fraud, ensure accurate accounting, and protect sensitive financial data. Supporters argue that this would be essential for a controlled revaluation event involving large quantities of physical currency. Digital tools could minimize human error, eliminate fake bills, and document every transaction. Whether these claims are fully accurate or exaggerated, the mention of advanced security systems adds another level of intrigue to the story and raises questions about what type of infrastructure is being quietly prepared behind closed doors. As excitement grows, so does the risk of scams. Many people have received emails, text messages, or phone calls claiming to offer early redemption appointments, guaranteed rates, or insider access. Officials consistently warn that legitimate processes, if they exist, would never require upfront payment, cryptocurrency wallets, or banking login information. The safest rule is simple. If someone demands money or urgent action, it is a scam. The foreign currency community has seen countless fraud attempts over the years, and this current wave of excitement has created the perfect environment for scammers to take advantage of hopeful investors. People must stay cautious, verify all communication, and avoid responding to suspicious messages. Even if the RV is truly beginning, that does not mean every message or offer is legitimate. Staying aware and grounded is essential to protect both finances and personal information. Another major warning coming from longtime analysts is the importance of staying quiet online. People who believe they have participated in early exchanges insist that any mention of the process, rates, or appointment details could result in penalties or cancellation. They say that confidentiality is critical for maintaining order during the early stages, preventing chaos in the markets, and ensuring that the financial system remains stable. Even those who have not participated are encouraged to avoid posting sensitive details online or making bold predictions with personal information attached. In an environment where emotions are high and rumors spread quickly, silence can be a powerful tool for safety. People must be smart, cautious, and respectful of the process, especially when large sums of potential money are at stake. For those preparing for possible invitations or confirmation emails, organization is key. Those who claim to have already exchanged emphasize the importance of having all documents ready: passports, driver's licenses, proof of residency, purchase receipts, and organized currency bundles. Some even recommend having a written plan for how the money will be used, especially if presented with structured payout options or humanitarian project requirements. Being prepared can reduce stress, speed up the process, and ensure that nothing important is forgotten. Even if the RV takes more time to fully roll out, having everything ready ahead of time is beneficial. Preparation shows professionalism, responsibility, and readiness qualities that could matter greatly if the process truly involves selective early access and controlled appointments. A major idea circulating within the RV community is the belief that this financial transition will unfold in waves. Some say the first wave is extremely small and highly confidential. The second wave may include larger private groups. The third wave could involve everyday holders, but only after initial stages are stable. Supporters argue that this three-phase structure ensures that the system is tested, verified, and refined before opening to the public. This structure also allows the financial system to handle liquidity and security without overwhelming banks and institutions. Whether or not these phases exist, the idea has shaped expectations for millions of holders. People now anticipate a step-by-step rollout rather than a sudden global shift. This helps reduce panic, confusion, and unrealistic expectations, while keeping the community patient and alert. One of the biggest themes emerging right now is urgency. Many people believe that if early exchanges have begun, the window for the highest rates may be limited. Certain updates circulating online claim that a 48 to 72-hour high-activity period may be offered during the initial rollout, with gradually adjusting rates afterward. If such a window truly exists, it would mean that preparedness and quick action are essential. People who waited years may finally be approaching their moment, but only those with documents ready, email notifications active, and currency organized could take advantage of the early wave. Whether these windows are official or simply part of the community speculation is unknown. However, even the possibility creates a sense of importance around staying vigilant, alert, and ready. The global implications of a potential revaluation are massive. If Iraq strengthens its currency, oil markets could shift. If Vietnam adjusts its value, manufacturing and trade may be reshaped. If multiple undervalued currencies rise simultaneously, wealth distribution around the world could change dramatically. Supporters describe this as the largest transfer of wealth in modern history. Ordinary citizens, veterans, retirees, and middle-class families suddenly gaining resources capable of transforming communities. Critics say this is exaggerated, but those following the developments argue that major geopolitical movements, digital finance upgrades, and central bank reforms cannot be ignored. Whether this becomes the most significant financial correction of the century or a slower, controlled adjustment remains to be seen, but the impact could be historic either way. Despite all the excitement, doubt remains. Many people struggle to believe that such a massive event could occur, quietly, behind the scenes, without public acknowledgement. Skeptics argue that if early exchanges were happening, more evidence would surface. Supporters counter that strict NDAs, controlled environments, and limited participation explain the silence. This debate has existed for years, but the current surge in consistent reports has shaken even longtime skeptics. The biggest risk now is not disbelief, it is hesitation. As more signs stack up, many feel that ignoring the possibility could lead to regret, whether or not the RV is already underway. Being prepared costs nothing, while missing the opportunity could cost everything. As our report reaches its final section, we focus on what comes next. If the hidden wave of exchanges is truly beginning, the next several days and weeks may bring more movement, more reports, and possibly more public-facing signals from banks and financial institutions. The best strategy is simple. Stay organized, stay informed, stay calm, and stay ready. Keep your documents secure, prepare your currency, ensure your communication channels are up to date. Do not engage with scammers. Avoid posting sensitive details online, and most importantly, maintain a level mindset. After years of anticipation, rumors, delays, and doubt, the movement many have waited for may finally be starting to reveal itself. Whether this is the beginning of the RV or the build-up to a larger event, one truth is clear: something is shifting. The signs are louder, the reports are stronger, and the momentum is undeniable. Stay tuned, because this story is far from over.